Welcome back to the channel, folks. Welcome back. Mobile. It's over there in the weeds. He's not much of a weed smith. You're stuck with me, Ben to the barber, and we are here in the general Murfreesboro area. A little overcast, a little cold. We are with our friends from Auto Collection of Murfreesboro. Their information is on the bottom of the screen. If you're interested in this ride or one like it, be sure to go to their website. These people support us, so support them, and we would really appreciate it if you did. Next up, merch. Merch link is in description and or in the post. Hit us up, check out. We got a bunch of hats, shirts, pullovers, cups, all the fun merch things. So it's what helps us continue doing what we do. Shout out to Chomp Shop for helping us. Hit that link up, folks, if you're interested in getting some of our merch. Okay, let's get to the party. This is a 2021 Toyota Supra. Now, folks, I know you're probably like, hey, that's a BMW. Look, I get it. Most of this is BMW, but it also is all Supra at the moment because that's what they call it. So that's what we're going with. If you haven't seen one of these on the road, they've been out for a couple years. They're pretty legit, sporty looking, I guess, sport car. Not a ton of room inside for you and your buddies, but when you're talking sports coupe, you don't really expect any of that. I do like the aggressive front end here. Pretty cool look. I don't know if it's Supra-esque, I guess it is now, but I really like the look of the front end. The double bubble on the roof as well, you can kind of see there. Gives folks like me a little bit more headroom. I don't think I could have a helmet on though inside of here, but I know with those, that's just trying to offer a little bit more room. I do like the carbon caps on the mirrors. That's pretty cool. I know those weren't available, that wasn't available on the early launch. All right, so let's do what we normally do. Here's the key. This is, if you're wondering, it's a Bmw key, but it is being used for a Supra. I also like this little winglet. Forgive me, there is a little bit of dew on the vehicle, so it's early in the morning down here. Pretty aggressive wing, if you ask me. I really like the look of it. These little notches, those little things look pretty cool. So, I mean, this is a nice looking car, folks. You know, very angular. I love how this kind of comes down here. Rear valance, really clean. Again, quick little shout out to our friends at Auto Collection that have again hooked us up with another cool ride. Man, I love these haunches, the way it kind of comes down here. It's really cool. Definitely more aggressive lines than you would have found on an old Supra. Okay, let's get to the meat of it. Do what we normally do, start in the trunk. Not a lot of space. NCC bag for scale. Could probably fit another one of those. You can see the opening is pretty small. Once you go down in, there is room on either side to kind of wedge stuff once you get it in. But man, it's a pretty small entry. You can see it's probably like 4 or 5 hands. It's not very large. But you know, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? It's a sport coupe. All right, so there are the speakers, some subwoofers for you. This thing does bump, if I do say so myself. Let's go ahead and shut this down. This is not an automatic or lifting hatch. And I'll show you a couple things as we make our way inside here that I'm kind of a little questioning, whatever. We'll get to it. Door cards, really hard plastic, soft leather, single stitch, contrasting. Very simple door card, I'll be honest. Nothing too extravagant. A little bit of storage, not a ton. As you make your way in, I do like the feel of the seats. The contrasting stitching, you can see the red and the white or gray depending on how your eyes work. And this kind of really feels nice. As you can see as I'm pushing on it, it's pretty flush or plush. Like it's not firm, I guess is the best way to put it. Really nice bolstering. You can see all the way over there. Really decent bolstering. But let's get to the part that's kind of connipting me a little bit. So this super fancy car I mean, this thing's got to be at least 45, 50 grand. It's brand new. It's got like no miles on it. It's not automatic at all. So I can pull this lever for it to fold forward, push this up and down for it to go up and down. This is just the lumbar. I don't know how you would get that without automatic, but it's just a little interesting that these aren't electronical. Again, this lifts the front of the seat up, where this lifts the rear of the seat up. Interesting. This isn't a chip shortage car, so it's interesting that they didn't put power seats in. Maybe it's a weight savings thing. Y'all drop in comments what y'all think about this expensive ride not having automatic seats. I do like the look of this dash, how it kind of flows across. Makes it so your air vents kind of hide inside, which is really kind of cool. A little bit of carbon in the middle. Got your cup holders. Nice little storage pad there. That does not open up though, so like you don't have any storage there. You do have a little bit up under here. I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a wireless charging pad underneath there, or I think, not positive. Correct me if I'm wrong. This does have the iDrive. Screen is not a touch screen. One of the biggest gas caps in the game, considering the size. Look at the handle. Look at the gas cap. You know, it knew what it did. Let's make our way in. We'll get a brief start up here so y'all can hear her out. Just quick door card check. Pretty clean. Nothing over the top, honestly. Very basic. I mean, this thing is just supposed to be driven, honestly. It's not super plush and or supposed to offer luxurious amounts of room. Speaking of which, I don't think there's a single person of any normal size that could fit in here without twisting your head and breaking it. Y'all can hear the exhaust a little bit. We're going to go ahead and blip the throttle just a few times. You see, revs climb pretty good. Got a little bit of juice there. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. So now that you're inside the cabin, we get this door closed. Inside the cabin, these are definitely aftermarket paddles. These are the stock ones down here, and these are kind of added to it. I'm not the hugest fan of that, but you know, what are you gonna do? So once you're in here, it's kind of basic. Nothing too over the top. Sorry, I'm trying to block some of this sun that's coming straight in this window. Very simple setup on the dash, and we'll make our way kind of to this general area. Finally, they got a park button. We really appreciate that. In the past, these Beamers and or Beamer-like vehicles haven't had the park button. Here's how you control your whole interface there. We'll go ahead and throw in reverse, and we can kind of see, or you can't see because the sun is connecting, but you can kind of see it's very small. It's got the 360, but it's a very small camera. Very functional. Let's just put it at that. It functions, and that's all that matters, folks. Again, with a little storage, a little bit of power here, the iDrive, and then here's your sport button. You can hear a difference in the exhaust when you press that. Go ahead and pop the door so y'all can hear. A little more pops. Definitely some more pops. Pretty cool. And we'll press the sport button again, and it goes back to quiet. So again, very basic interior. You can see there's not much to it. These cup holder things are kind of going to be in the way of your elbow. That is your armrest. So yeah, I'm not too keen on that. This is interesting too, how this climbs up the dash, up your leg, where this side doesn't have it at all. So usually there'd be one here, kind of tilting all of this towards me. That's what the Corvette does, and some of these other sport coupes do. Very interesting. But y'all can see it's kind of tight. Again, it's just a sports coupe, so you don't really expect it to have all the friendly amount of space in here. But it's nice. Steering wheel is very basic setup. I do like this kind of blacked out look, and I I'm not a huge fan of these extra paddles, but whatever, everybody's got their little thing. Well, I'm going to shut her down, and then we will pop the hood and show you the animal behind this boat, behind the noise you just heard. This is the double pop kind of hood, so you don't have to do any extra lifting. One of the kind of unique things about this car is the hood is the fender too. You know, this is normally not hood. Very interesting to me, at least. You know, I think like the Porsches, like the Cayman or the Macan, I'm sorry, has a similar thing, but it, you know, it has the huge hole for the headlights. It just looks weird when you pop your hood and this much area is open for you to view. All this plastic all the way around, and I'm sure at this point, because the car's been out for a while, they've got carbon kits that wrap all the way around this whole area. That's just a lot of plastic. I mean, look, how much plastic do you see as compared to metal? It's all, I mean, mostly plastic. Clearly got a plastic top there, your little plastic tops for the intake and whatnot. This is a turbo inline 6, good for in the 300-ish horsepower. I know these things are highly tunable. I love the Supra logo, has kind of been carried on. Very clean ride. And it's got like no mileage on it. This thing's like brand new. So, well, there it is. Just a kind of brief look at the Toyota Supra. Big shout out to our friends Auto Collection in Murfreesboro for letting us check out another legit ride. Their info is on the bottom of the screen. Be sure to hit them up if you have any interest in a vehicle like this or SUV or I guess anything of that nature. So yeah, hit them up. For my man Bo Biddle, see a wood chopper over there? He does like chopping wood, folks, but I don't think he's lumberjacking in the woods today. So for my man Bo Biddle, I am Ben Barber. We'll see you guys in the next video.